The two greatest mysteries in all of science, the two greatest mysteries are, one, what happened before creation?
Mm-hmm.
Why did we have a Big Bang? What banged? Are there other universes, a multiverse, before the Big Bang? That's outer space. Then the second mystery is inner space.
Yes.
What goes on behind your eyeballs?
Where did consciousness arise?
Consciousness, yeah. So evidence that we don't know anything about consciousness is that there are books still being published saying they know what consciousness is.
We don't know what consciousness is.
Spend some time thinking about this question. I think it's perhaps the deepest question that faces science or even humanity at some level.
Why are we here?
So why do we exist? Why are you here? What exactly is consciousness? For centuries, we've treated awareness like an accident. Atoms collide, chemistry happens, neurons fire, and somehow experience appears. A byproduct, a side effect, nothing special. But some physicists are starting to ask a more unsettling question. What if consciousness isn't accidental at all? What if the universe didn't just randomly produce thinking beings, but needed them? The universe follows mathematical laws with absurd precision. Quantum fields, space-time curvature, constants tuned so finely that if even one were slightly different, stars wouldn't form, chemistry wouldn't work, life wouldn't exist. This is known as the fine-tuning problem. One explanation is chance. Another is the multiverse, countless universes, and we happen to exist in the one that works. But there's a third idea that's harder to ignore, that the universe evolves toward observers. In quantum mechanics, observation plays a disturbing role. Particles exist as probability waves until they're measured. Only then do they settle into definite states. This isn't philosophy. It's been experimentally verified. The double-slit experiment shows that particles behave differently when information about them exists. Not when a human looks, but when information is available at all. It's as if reality waits to be asked a question. Physicist John Wheeler called this the participatory universe. His idea was radical. The universe isn't complete without observers. Observation doesn't just reveal reality, it helps create it. Wheeler's delayed choice experiments even suggest that present measurements can influence how particles behaved in the past. And shockingly, experiments confirmed the predictions. Time, at the quantum level, doesn't behave the way we think it does. Now add another emerging idea. Information may be more fundamental than matter. Black holes don't destroy information, they encode it. Space-time itself may be built from information, like a cosmic data structure. Physicist Seth Lloyd has described the universe as a quantum computer, processing information since the Big Bang. If that's true, then consciousness isn't just neurons firing, it's information processing becoming aware of itself. And evolution seems to push relentlessly in that direction. Life didn't just survive, it became more complex. Brains didn't just react, they modeled reality. Humans didn't just perceive, we became aware that we are perceiving. That outcome wasn't guaranteed. Life existed on Earth for billions of years before consciousness appeared. Yet once it did, it accelerated rapidly. Some scientists suggest this isn't coincidence. Integrated information theory proposes that consciousness emerges when information becomes sufficiently integrated across a system, when it can model itself. This idea is testable. Researchers are measuring levels of integrated information in brains, artificial networks, and even simple systems. It's being used to study anesthesia, coma, and consciousness in AI. Another theory, panpsychism, suggests something even more unsettling, that consciousness isn't created, it's uncovered. The basic ingredients of awareness exist everywhere, and complex systems like brains organize it into experience. Once dismissed as mysticism, this idea is now discussed seriously by physicists and philosophers trying to solve the hard problem of consciousness, why experience exists at all. Then there's cosmology. The early universe was smooth, simple, and low entropy. Over time, it evolved toward complexity: stars, galaxies, planets, life, minds. Some researchers propose that the universe naturally produces observers because observers are exceptionally good at extracting and processing information. In other words, consciousness may be the universe learning about itself. Carl Sagan once said, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." That might not have been poetry, it might have been physics. There are even experiments exploring whether consciousness has measurable effects on physical systems. Controversial, heavily scrutinized, but ongoing. global randomness experiments, quantum noise studies, neuroscience mapping awareness to physical structure. Nothing conclusive yet. But the questions are no longer fringe. So why do we exist? Not because the universe needed worship, not because it needed meaning, but because awareness may be a natural endpoint of complexity. A universe without observers is silent. A universe with consciousness can reflect, predict, and adapt. If the universe is a process rather than a thing, then conscious beings may be part of its function, not the center of it, not the goal, but a phase. The unsettling thought isn't that we don't matter, it's that we matter temporarily, as witnesses. And one day, when the universe no longer supports minds, it will continue unchanged, unobserved, as if we were never here. Or maybe, just maybe, consciousness is what the universe was always building toward, and we're only at the beginning.